Hello, assalamu alaikum. I fixed the mic this time. This should be better. Last video was not too good. Okay. Let's talk about it because every time there's like a theme of problems that come up, this kind of ignites my next topic in my YouTube video. So, um, when you when especially for people who are really into self-development and working on themselves and improving on themselves and like healing, their life is all about growing and healing, which is a beautiful thing, right? Oftentimes what happens is they use marriage as a way to signify like they've achieved it. They've achieved the reward of their efforts of their self-development. And this can be very tricky because I often get questions like, how come I have to do all this work but other people don't? And I'm just like, because this isn't the effort of you working on yourself isn't for the sake of getting married. It's for you, first of all. But people who easily get married, who don't get into the drama of like, I have to keep working on myself and this is because they don't see themselves as like they already see themselves as worthy of getting married. Like that's not really an issue, either because of the way they grew up or their environment. They already have those beliefs. It's not too negative for them. But when it comes to self-development and working on yourself to get married, to be prepared for marriage, what I often help people with is helping them get step into the identity that it is very normal to get married and you don't have to fix yourself in order to get married. Now, side note, I'm more talking to the people who are overly obsessed with self-development, who are anxiously like, I need not anxious, but like constantly like I need to work on this. I need to work on this before I get married, before I get married. And it's a form of avoidance. It's a form of avoiding actual like going out there and putting yourself out there and risking getting hurt and trying again and again. Um, but to the main point that I'm trying to point out here is working on yourself and eventually getting married. The marriage is not the reward for your that effort. It's not like because what happens is our brains tend to put marriage on a pedestal of like this is the reward. If I get married to the one I want, then that just shows that my self-development was right and I healed the correct way. And many, many people think like this. And I don't know what it is. I think it's a combination of social media videos and all the things that can mislead people into thinking like the more you heal, the faster you'll get to growth. And I think people also misunderstand what I'm saying too and think that's what I'm saying. Like the faster you heal, the whatever. But it's not that, right? That's not about it's more about stepping into the identity of it's so totally normal for me to get married. And where I'm at right now, I accept where I'm at right now. I have flaws. I have so many issues that I know I'm aware of. And me needing to fix it to get married is that's not the solution. It's more about I accept my flaws and I understand that when I get married, inshallah, those flaws might come up and I'll do what it takes to work on it. Okay. So what I'm trying to point out is the spectrum of how people approach this thing. There's the people on one side, which is like extreme self-development, like let's go, let's go, let's go, and put it on like, okay, like I have to keep working on myself to deserve marriage. That process is exhausting. And most of my clients come to me, my new clients come to me, they already come with this energy of like I've hired so many people and done all the courses and all this and nothing's working and I still can't get married. Well, that's because you're approaching it in the wrong way. You're approaching self-development from a place of fixing yourself, from a place of like, when will this end? Like there's like an end to it. You're kind of seeing yourself as a broken cat versus like a cat who's like growing. I don't know how to say this. Maybe a cat's not the right analogy. Like a plant, we're nourishing the plant rather than fixing the plant. Okay, so you grow, you nourish, you expand, you evolve. That energy is not for the sake of I'm doing this so I can get this. It's more of I'm doing this so I can become the best version of me. And if I happen, and I know that when I work on myself and I become more secure, I notice I show up much differently in relationships. And it can't be like this is going to be the reward once I finish healing, the ultimate healing journey, and then there's going to come a day where I'm like, I have made it. And even logically, you know this, but sadly, our subconscious minds still think there's always something to fix. And once I get the reward I'm looking for, then I'll finally believe that I deserve it and that I'm finally lovable and worth it. And that's a trap. It's a cycle. It's a cycle that never ends. So this is more of a message to my over self-developers, over self-development people out there. And usually those are people who join my courses and, get coached with me is like, we gotta, you're not allowed to self-develop anymore. What you're doing is you're seeing how you're shifting the perspective of yourself to see that right now you are deserving and worthy of a marriage right now, not when you're done fixing yourself, not when um not like there's like this place of like okay if I'll finally feel so confident that when I get married nothing will ever bother me. That's not it either. You're a human being and you're ready to get married now. People who don't struggle with marriage, they don't have this drama. They're just like, okay, it's time to get married. Let me get married, even though they're terrible people. Why? Because they've stepped into the identity. Their identity is like, I'm like, who wouldn't love me? I'm pretty good. Like, that's how they think. Even though people, you know people who are married who are not, who are just not it. They're just not cute. They're not cute as in like personality wise. They're just so obnoxious and they still somehow get married. I'm not saying that marriage is the best thing, but I'm also just saying like that's not what gets you married. What you're doing the self-development work for your sake, for you to grow and evolve for your own sake to feel better for you. And what does that look like? Self-acceptance. I accept right now, and this is I need you to listen very closely, okay? Right now, as you are, with all the flaws that you have, the part of you that people pleases, the part of you that sees yourself as not enough, the part of you that struggles with whatever it is you struggle with, bring it up. Think of the thing that you're struggling with. Okay. Whatever it is, it's okay for you to have it. You are fully lovable as you are with those flaws inside of you. Okay, so I want you to imagine literally there's a part of you that's like terrible in your heart, right? There's like all the bad things, like you're such a people pleaser, you're such a you're so insecure, you're so not confident, you get anxious so easily, you cry very easily, whatever, all those things. I've heard it all. So there's nothing that you can tell me that's like, oh no, but Lemma, this one exception makes me not lovable. You take that, okay, all of that bad things and all the good things you have. Okay? We combine it. This is your package. You are lovable as you are right now. There is no like once I get there, then I'll be lovable. It's right now. You have to learn unconditional love right now, acceptance. Not when you're done healing, not when you're like, okay, once I finally get confident. Nope. That's conditional love. When you have conditional love towards yourself, it's going to be very hard to feel loved when you're in a marriage because you're like, well, I have to act a certain way to be loved. Well, I have to perform a certain way to be loved. And it starts right now with self-acceptance. As you are right now, you are lovable. Why? How? Because you're a human being and human beings are lovable. That's like telling me, I keep referencing a cat, but if you see a cat with a missing leg and it meows and it's very annoying and it pees in every corner, it's still a lovable cat because it's a cat. It's a precious human being and it's like there's parts of it that are lovable and there's parts of it that are annoying and that's okay. It's like it has good and bad parts and that's what makes it lovable. So with you right now, if you notice yourself thinking, "Oh my God, I have to work on this and I'm so stuck here and I'm so stuck there and this," and you're doing this work to avoid actually getting into a relationship. No more. That's enough. Stop it. Stop it. I like this mic. I'm gonna keep. Okay. All right, you're ready right now. Stop saying that there's something wrong with you. You got to fix it before you get married. Okay. Now, this is very different for the people who are anxious and like have done no work on themselves and think like marriage is the solution. That's not it. Okay. If you think, like if you're the ones who are like, my life's a mess. I need to get married so I can so I can feel better. That's not it either. And so I know the people listening to this who are the overly self-development avoidance people will get what I'm saying. And I hope you understand. And I love you guys because I can identify with you. I used to like really, before I got married, in the beginning of my journey of like learning how to navigate this process, I used to like be like, okay, ooh, I have this to work on, I have this to work on, I have this to work on. I can't talk to anyone until I fix all of it. I'm not ready for marriage until I fix all of it. Also because I came from a very like not healthy marriage background, like my parents and like everyone I've seen around me, not very good examples. So I was so dedicated to be like, I'm never gonna be like that. And so I would overly try to make myself perfect to make sure I don't end up in a bad marriage. But it's not good. That's like avoiding intimacy. It's avoiding vulnerability. What part of being vulnerable is having weaknesses and knowing that you will potentially be judged and rejected for your weaknesses. So me trying to fix all of my weaknesses is just me trying not to be vulnerable, so that there's nothing to be vulnerable about. But with self-acceptance is for me, right? I know there's so many crappy things about me that like will probably never be fixed. I don't know. We'll see one day. But I bring it up. I'm insecure about it. I accept it. So if my husband or someone were to, point it out to me, I'll be like, I know that it hurts, but I'm not like so ashamed of it that I have to kind of hide and tell myself that I'm not worthy of love because of it. No, I'm a full mess and I'm lovable because of it. You are a full mess. You're a messy, messy human and you're lovable because of it. End of story. Okay? So alhamdulillah. All right. I think this is good. By the way, I have the next cohort of my Inner Shift 2.0 group. It is opened up. And so you can sign up on my website. It's a 5-month group coaching where we meet bi-weekly or bi-weekly every other week to and I coach you on all the things that come up. It's more of a support group, and it's a very good, intimate, like way to feel supported and loved throughout your journey of finding a spouse, so that whatever issues come up, I can help you through that. And it's that one's open now. You can go on my website and sign up. And one-on-one is also always an option as well too. And there's that. Alhamdulillah. So inshallah, I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.